But if Milwaukee does not enter a rebuild or simply does not want to trade him or trade him to their team or simply doesn't like their offer, then maybe we could head into a different direction. Maybe a guy like John Collins, for example, was reportedly on the trade block both last season and the one before that, so he probably is available again this offseason, especially with him entering the final year of his contract. That being a 1-year, $26.5 million contract, bigger than both Bobby Portis's and Daniel Gafford's contracts, so we would have to match his contract with more players through a trade, but that might mean less draft compensation. For example, we can offer something like Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, maybe Dalton Knecht, or then simply a different guy and then removing the protection they have on their 2027 draft pick that they already owe the Utah Jazz here. I think that would be a fair offer. With Collins entering the final year of his contract, they probably can't expect too much for him in return. With him looking for more money after this contract, probably not $26.5 million per year, but somewhere between $15 to $20 million per year definitely is not out of the question for John Collins, who definitely is a talented player. I mean, last season, albeit for a rebuilding team, did average 19 points per game, 8.2 rebounds per game, 1 block, and 1 steal per game on nearly 50-40-90 shooting splits. And yes, even for a 6'9" power forward center hybrid, mainly power forward, did have the efficiency to nearly hit a 50-40-90 season, which is incredibly impressive. Shooting roughly 53% from the field, roughly 40% from 3, 39.9%, and then 84.8% from the free throw line. Very impressive and very telling about how efficient he can be on offense, how many roles he can fill on offense, can score on all 3 levels, both in the post, on the mid-range off of pick and pops or little pick and dives, or then on pick and pops from the 3-point line, can be a good catch and shoot guy. Shot nearly 4 3-point shot attempts per game last season, which is very comparable to Rui Hachimura if they would instead go the route of not trading Dalton Knecht, maybe trading just either one of Maxi Kleber and Gabe Vincent with Rui Hachimura, then offering the removal of that top 4 protection on their 2027 first-round draft pick. I think that would also be a fair trade for them to make. Yes, would be giving up Rui Hachimura in that scenario, which is not exactly ideal, but if they are getting John Collins here, who kind of fills a similar role and probably would on their team as well, then I think it might be worth it. I think he would be a good fit, and in some aspects probably a better fit than Rui Hachimura. Is a better defender, probably very similar in regard to lateral mobility and defending forwards, but then better at defending actual bigs. Not a center per se, but is a little bit bigger than Rui Hachimura, definitely more athletic, which does translate to being a better lob threat, a better dump-off guy around the rim, and a better finisher around the rim too. So between that, the better defense, also only being 27, so could be a relatively good fit for their long-term future, then I definitely would think about a trade for John Collins, especially if the price is good for him.